And we're back for another episode. In this episode I'm going to explain how I'm leveling my desynth from level 100 to 110. Now they've increased the level cap to 110 for the different desynths, and they've also increased the maximum amount of levels you can get to 350, which means you can get 3 of them to 110 each and then have 20 levels to spare. Whereas before you were limited to 102 of them being 100 and one of them being 95, because you used to be limited to 300 levels. And anyway, as always, hello from Mithrie. So what I'm doing, the item I'm exclusively desynthing in order to get there are the items which you use for the last part of the Relic quest. So for example, in the case of Goldsmith, the furnace ring. So what I've done is I've spent a couple of hours, I've desynthed maybe 200 or something like 250, maybe 300 of the item I needed. So in this case, the aged, let me check the name. So for Goldsmith, it's the aged ring. And this vendor who sells them for 3,000 gil each is at the Silver Bazaar here in the southwest corner of Western Fanalan. And basically, if you desynth these items, you have a chance of getting the ingredient you need, the aged eye of fire. And I found on average you get about 20 to 25 of these items per stack of 99. So now it might sound expensive given that they're 3,000 gil each, but you can make your gil back. So what I did is that the rest of the materials for Goldsmith are very cheap. You know, these Baldean silvers and basilic waystones, very cheap to get. And also, it doesn't matter if it's HQ or NQ, it doesn't affect your results, so I just crafted them all NQ. So all you now do is desynth them all. And one thing I've been doing as well that will just make it a bit easier for me is I'm using this food here, this bacon broth, because you can see it gives careful desynthesis +1, which is about 2.5%, but you know, anything that can increase the level is always welcome. So if I desynth now, so in the last couple of hours, I've desynthed something like maybe 50, 60 of these that I made previously to get to 107 out of 110, which is not bad. And now at 83%, so here we go, let's desynth. Now what's great about these items when you desynth them is that they give you good skill ups. You know, anything, especially before 107, they give you like up to 0.1, 0.2 per item, and as well they pretty much only give D materia when you desynth them, which means that basically you can get anything from the rank 1 to 3 of the field crafting materia or the rank 1 to 3 clear D materia. So these are capable of producing grade 3 field crafting materia. So hopefully we'll get a couple of those from this stack of 20. And I am intending to do this for all of my crafts. So I've also already, as you can see, got ready the items I need for Carpenter and also for my Blacksmith as well. Doing exactly the same method, just coming to this vendor, buying the item and desynthing a couple hundred of them. And even if you have an 80% chance to desynth, it can still fail, as you can see. But it's worth it, though, to get it done. So let's keep this going. So I just wanted to explain which items I'm using. I mean, this seems to be the best way. And the good thing is as well that with the demi materia you get, you should be able to almost break even. Like, for example, these on Sargatanus are worth 40k each. So I've got 80k back from my, let's say, 300k investment already, so that's fine. Even if you lose a little tiny bit of money, you will get most of it back, if not possibly make a profit, depending how many field crafts you get. Okay, so keep this going. And you don't have to do this for too long, thankfully, as well. Like, you know, just in a couple of hours of doing this, I'm approaching level 110 already. So I'm now 108 already, so I've got 2 levels to go. And that's another 2, so 5 now, so that's 200k back. Keep this going. I remember, clear D materia, you just vendor them, and you get some okay money. So, okay, so keep this going. So hopefully, if you can get about 0.6 to 0.5 to 0.6 even at 109 plus, that means you only need about 20 more of these to hit the 110 after you hit 19. And there you see another 2 Fieldcraft Materia freeze. So I'm going to quickly go to my retainer after this and show you their value. So 1 sec, let me do that now. So, like I said, I'm exclusively doing these items, the equivalent of these items. So for Goldsmith, it's the furnace ring. For Blacksmith, I'll quickly check. So for Goldsmith, it's the furnace ring. For Blacksmith, it's this perfect pestle. And you can see I've already got these items made. And I've already got loads of these. These are really cheap from Market Board. And then for Carpenter, it's the perfect firewood. And again, cypress logs and grenade ashes are really cheap. So now if I go here and I want to sell the 7 demi materials, you'll see how much they're worth. Okay, so right now it says 39, let's say 279. So yeah, so I spent 300k for that batch and I'll earn back at least 274k, and if I sell all the rest I'll probably hit the 300k. So at worst usually you're almost breaking even. At best you're making a good profit if you do it this way. So I would recommend that. And then as well, you can save yourself a lot of time by buying the items such as the Age Spear Shaft and Age whatever, if they happen to be less than 15k each. If they're less than 15k each, with the average of how many you need to desynth to get them versus the vendor price of the items, then you'll actually save yourself time rather than money. So it's up to you if you want to buy them. Anything less than 15k per item is a good price. So yeah, so that's how I'm doing it. And if you have any better way of getting to 110, then obviously please let me know. But I'm just determined to get this to 110. Even if overall I lose a tiny bit of money, then whatever. But the way it's looking, I'll probably make money doing this. So I'm very happy about that. So anyway guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and as always, goodbye from me and goodbye from Mithrie.